Hello friends! Today we are talking about Twitter. On December 22nd, I made a post. It was one of those ones that you just throw out there at random because the question came into your mind, and you don't receive any responses, but that's okay because you're not expecting any responses. The tweet read as follows. Does anyone on here actually get interaction with their posts aside from writers' lifts? For some reason, this tweet received 22 retweets, 353 likes, and 251 comments. Now I know that's not viral or anything, but for my page it was a lot of interaction. And over the next few days I realized that any tweet in a similar vein received the same sort of response. Clearly, the topic of interaction, genuine interaction, had hit a sore spot within the writing community. The first thing I did was respond to every single person who had left a comment on that thread. Whether it was a small acknowledgement of their input or a more detailed conversation depended on the depth of their input. The second thing I did was sit back and really think on what the problem was here and how it could be fixed. Next, I started to take action. This came in two forms: starting a DM group with the most frustrated commenters from my post to delve a little deeper, and creating public lists divided by genre of many of the writers I followed to make it easier to check in on them. So what is going on here? What is the problem? Well, when a new writer joins Twitter, they either already know about the writing community there or they find out about it pretty quickly. I was hesitant to join Twitter since I actually quite dislike social media, and I had no idea how Twitter worked when I had tried it previously. On top of that, Twitter was sold to me as the source of all evil on the internet. So, kind of a lot of reasons not to try it out. But I made a promise to myself to avoid drama. I dove in, and I was pleasantly surprised. The writing community on Twitter is a lovely and supportive place. Writers actively post, they talk about where they're at with their projects, they share frustrations, and they even post writers' lifts in which other writers can promote their works in the comments, retweet, spread the word, and conceptually everyone grows their following and gets some new writer friends. Seems pretty great, right? But what does a writer really get out of that? For myself, and as it turns out for many others, we thought that beneath that surface we were getting into a seriously active community that was sharing professional information about the field along with support and genuine interaction. But sadly, that's not quite the case. As it turns out, and as I'm sure is the same with many other online communities, it is all too easy to get caught in that follower count trap. And hey, I've been guilty of it too. I'm sure we all are. I get busy and I focus on just building that count without really connecting with the people I'm following and who are following me. And if that happens sometimes, I don't see a problem with it. Social media should not come first in our lives. It can be a really useful tool for building a community and a platform to promote your works, but in the end, mental health is number one, and social media is not always conducive to that. All that being said, you are going to get more out of the platform if you are taking the time to at least try and get to know the people within your immediate community there, rather than just thinking of them as numbers. And I'm sorry if you're someone who does this, but I can't help but cringe when I see a writer's lift for promotion that is focused on that follower count, rather than the quality of the connections and the sharing we're doing within our community. Assuming you are a writer on Twitter, how many times have you come across a page that is made purely of writer's lifts and random questions? Are you a coffee or a tea person? If your life had a soundtrack, what would it be like? What are you thankful for today? You know the ones. That right there is the trap. Those pages always have tens of thousands of followers, but have lost their substance. And look, it's a good business plan if you genuinely only care about numbers. You schedule out your posts for the month and you sit back and watch the interactions and the followers roll in. But if you are someone who came to the writing community on Twitter for a little bit more, and you're looking for real assistance with publishing, real input on your writing, real, genuine interaction, you're not going to get it that way. And this is where my hashtag comes in. If you are a member of the Twitter writing community who is open to having more in-depth discussions with your fellow writers, I'm asking you to put the hashtag GENUINEINTERACTION in your bio. That way, your fellow writers will know what you are looking to get out of and put into the writing community. If you want to go a step further, you can do what I did and create some public lists and let your followers know that they are there and that they can be included in them. Right now, I have lists for beta readers, literary agents, and I've got about 15 genres and counting for authors. These lists will really help you to check in on your community in easy-to-manage groups rather than getting stuck in the Twitter feed, which you could easily get lost in for hours at a time. And by making those lists public, others can do the same. Support consolidated. Finally, I just want to say, let's not have this hashtag turn into another hashtag writing community or hashtag writers cafe. I know that the intentions behind the Writers Cafe were very similar to the ones here, but unfortunately it has got bogged down quite a bit with writers' lifts and other promo. Elise Carlson, or Elise's Writings on Twitter, actually created a great thread with the aim of getting Writers Cafe back to where it was originally. And on there she provides suggestions for other hashtags that people can use if they are looking for promo, followers, and random socializing. I'll be linking that thread in the description below along with her subsequent blog, which covers even more on the topic, so you know where your posts can go to hit the right people and get the right results. So I'm putting it out there right here and right now that I do not endorse the use of the Genuine Interaction hashtag in promo and Writers Lift posts. I know I can't control it happening, but let's try to make it not happen. This is a hashtag for real discussion about the industry meant to produce tangible results. Now, I don't normally ask this, but for this video, as it has been made specifically to spread the word about this hashtag, when you do update your bio to include Genuine Interaction, please share this video as well so that people can know the origin and get on board. Last but not least, if you would like to get in on that DM group that I mentioned way back earlier in this video, just shoot me a message on Twitter. My name is Lady Halftone. I'll put that in here somewhere. And I'll get you added right away. It's a wonderful, active, extremely productive little group. And if it gets too big for its format, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe do weekly Zoom check-ins so everyone can stay up to date, that sort of thing. I think that's all for now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's make 2021 the year that we build our personal writing community through genuine interaction and truly support one another. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you always get notified when I post a new video, and say hello in the comments down below. And I hope that you are having a day that is as wonderful as you are. Bye!